Hey, Shalom, Shalom, want to start souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Shem, Yahshua, Shem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth with sincerity. This is a real quick one. This is on Shamima, Begum, right? So that is the girl Bengali, I think. Bengali girl who basically fled the UK. To quote, go and fight with the ISIS, but whatever bullshit story that the elites are pushing with this. Well, basically, this young girl, she went over, apparently, according to the official story, and she basically started, she was just being, a wife to one of them ISIS guys. Basically, the father, you see him here, he's gone on TV, whatever, what have you. When he's been, apologized. You see, that's 9th of March, I believe. It's now the 11th of March. So the story came up 2 days ago. But, for me, it made me consider the hypocrisy of this damn devil, right? Because at the end of the day, this man's apologizing for the acts of one girl. Whereas, look at the track record and the history of the Edomites now, which... whatever it is that she may or may not done, whatever, I don't know whether it's a false flag, I don't know, right, and that's not what I'm talking about in this video, right, but what I am going to talk on is the wickedness, right, of Esau, and how, this man feels like he has to apologize, right, yet these Edomites, they feel like they feel like they've done nothing wrong. Right? So this is Psalm 73 and 8. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Right? So these devils, man, they speak wickedly concerning oppression. The oppression that they've, most importantly, on the children of Israel. Right? But the oppression that they cause throughout the earth. Like it's a joke to amongst these devils that Tony Blair and George Bush went over to Iraq for oil. And, whatever resulted from that is a joke amongst them. Right? But they ain't considering the millions of people that died, right? For that, for that wickedness, from those wicked acts, right? This is Zechariah 11 and 5. It says, whose possessors slay them, and who's possessing the children of Israel at the moment? Scripture says, shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, right? So predominantly, that's you devils, you so-called white people, you Edomites, according to the Bible, right? It says, and hold themselves not guilty. Yeah, you see them trying to take slavery out the textbooks, right? Talking all manner of evil, and once again, just basically not giving a shit. You take a look at what is this day called Thanksgiving, right? When Esau basically celebrates the massacre of Gad and Reuben, man, right? And then they have a nerve and a cheek to complain about the fact that people don't want to celebrate, that people have a problem with it. Right? Yet when it comes to you want apologies. You want people to be like, oh, sorry, Mr. So-called white man, sorry, this, that, and the other. Yet you're the bane of the world's existence. Right? The animals and the trees and everyone's going to be happy when you go. Why? Because you've gone around and you destroyed everything, man. Right? It says Psalms 55 and 21 says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Right, but war was in his heart. Yeah, because they might come to you speaking all that, oh, this, that, and the other, trying to pretend like they care. But these devils, an Edomite doesn't care. That's not in his spirit. Right? Scripture says, let me grab it. Can't really remember how it's phrased. Wickedly. Slut. Right, it's Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Right, and that can't happen. Right, leopard spots are leopard spots. Right, it says, then may ye also to do good then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Right, so it's in an Edomite's nature to do evil, man. Right, therefore they can't just suddenly come out one day and be like, look, man, you know, I'm good, I'm actually gonna care. The scripture says thou hast had a perpetual hatred, right, in Ezekiel 35:5. Right, basically showing you Esau doesn't like Jacob, man. Right, from the womb. Right, you read story of Genesis 25, where when Esau and Jacob were in the womb, Apostle Tahar was breaking it down. It was basically having a death match up in there. That's why Sarah went Rebecca went to inquire of the Lord, man. Right? Yeah, so he might come up to you and be, you know, yeah, that slavery stuff, that wasn't good, right? But he's an Edomite, man, right? So, but what was in his heart? Why? Because he's trying to, you know, keep you at peace with him so that he can use you for whatever he may have need of you, right? It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right, hey, Gad and Reuben, they know all about that. Being a North American Indian, so-called, right? And then the Seminole Indian, so-called, right? You know, he's so come round, you know, he's all like, you know, pretending like he's the good guy, but he's the villain in this story, man. Right? And like I said, bringing it back to the original point, he's the one, you know, who shall be apologizing, right? And hey, we don't want your words and sorries, right? The Lord already has a has a you know, the judgment set. And that's why you're pissed. That's why you don't like that the truth is being brought out, because it basically condemns you. Right? It says Numbers 35:33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Right? Now you might be saying, oh, you know, but you know, these devils, that the devils that did that, you know, that was several hundred years ago, you know, they're not, you know, which it wasn't, right? But they always try and make it seem like it was a long time ago, right? So they're not alive to this day. Well, that's the beauty of reincarnation, man, right? Because then what? Then how would this be fulfilled? How would the judgment of this have been fulfilled? Because you would have had slave owners that died in their plantation, right? And they died in a fat yard, you know, all their family around them, everything peaceful, right? This judgment hasn't been meted out to you devils, right? And America's got a load of blood spilled in that land. So guess what? You devils. In fact, let me grab that. Malta. This is Job 27:15. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Right? So hey, all of these Edomites in America, right? The day that the Lord Yahweh sends, you know, puts it in them Russians and these Americans and these Russians and these British and these French to shoot missiles on America, all the Edomites in that land, they gonna be destroyed. All the heathens in that land, they gonna be destroyed. The 2/3 of the wicked of Israel in that land will be destroyed. Right? And that is the judgment of the Lord. Hey, scripture says this. It's Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drinking. Right, you read, Zechariah says, you know, we're the apple of the Lord's eye. Right, so the apple of the Lord's eye, we drank of this slavery, man. Right? So if Israel drank, then who the fuck are you to be thinking you gonna get away scot-free? That you gonna just say, oh, guys, can't we forget? Can't we forgive and forget? Right? It says, art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So you gonna pay for what you've done. Right? You know, and there's a whole load of scriptures on revenge, man. Right? Because you think that you just go and sail into the sunset scot-free, right? Oh, just forget about it. Hey, you devils have a nerve, man. This is Revelations 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right, did Esau not lead the children of Israel into captivity? He did. So guess what? He gonna pay. And he gonna pay good. Right? So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get into that real quick. You know, this is the nature of this devil, man. Right? You know, expects everyone else to be sorry. And this Begum case, man, whatever, it's showing you the real, the fangs of this devil. Right? You know, it's showing these devils inner character, man. Right? Because they didn't give two shits. Right? They didn't want to, bring the, the good old white people. Right? They didn't want to exercise that. Nah, they were like, fuck her and her child, man. Right? Like I said, these devils just want everyone to apologize, but they don't want to apologize for, what they've done. Right? And if they do, if they're an Edomite and they're saying sorry, right, it's because they just want you, Jake, to shut up, man. They don't care. And the Lord ain't happy with that either. The Lord ain't happy with any reparation, right, that you give, any financial reparation that you give. Right? We read in this in Exodus, in the law, that the only reparation for what you done is your blood. Right? And 1,000 years of slavery. And then at the end of those 1,000 years, pursuant to Obadiah 1:18, you shall be burned up. Right? So till the next time, I'm going to say, Shalom.